Check this place out, guys. Olsztyn, Montenegro. September 20th, 2024 here. So I've got some interesting and weird stories for you guys. I was here 3 years ago in August 2021, right? So I'm standing outside of Biza Beach Bar. During season time, this place is packed full. And the same thing with this beach club over here. This one is called Aquarius over here. This one is dead. It's shut down for the season here. So they make money, you know, during the season, and then over here things calm down. You know, a lot of people leave. You know, maybe they go back to Podgorica. So you have these little, you know, different sections of the beach here. You've got a little bit further down, you've got the ladies' beach. And then on the other side of that, you got the Albatross Hotel there. This bicycle, it's the same bicycle I had 3 years ago, right? So I stored this bicycle in Albania for the entire 3 years that I was gone, right? I was in Asia, as well as Western Europe and India and North Africa, Middle East, all this, right? I'm coming back here to do the same trip again here. So I'm going to get into some weird stuff that happened to me here in Olsztyn the last time. Nothing too crazy, just a few unpleasant people there. And it kind of gives off a weird vibe over here in Olsztyn, and I'll tell you why that is. Partially it's because there's not a lot of people around. So this is the street that I stayed on back 3 years ago with the Airbnb host. Her house is just beyond that minaret there. So how about this secret spot here to discuss the secret Airbnb Stalker story? So the host is from Western Europe and owns a guest house here in Olsztyn. And it's actually one of the cheapest guest houses you can find on Airbnb. So it's kind of one of those guest houses where you share part of the structure with the other guests, like the bathroom and stuff like this, right? Each floor, kind of like a dorm. So still a good price for summer. So what happened was I had moved in there for a month or so. And the first couple of days there, I had noticed that she was always around there. So she was cleaning, she was in the hallway, she was near the bathroom. In fact, I had seen her even outside on the sidewalk. You know, she was downstairs waiting for me. It seemed as though she was waiting for me to come back. So when I came back from the day, you know, out cycling, going to the beach or something like this, or eating, it seemed like she was waiting for me to return back to the room. So I'm going, hello, how are you? You know, and she was, you know, kind of like staring at me, something of this nature, watching what I was doing. So it was very strange because she was there always nearby to, you know, say several times when I went to use the bathroom, I just opened my door to the hallway, and here is this lady, the stalker Airbnb host, right? You know, tidying up the hallway, you know, waiting near the bathroom or something like that. So it seemed that she was following me. And even I had missed her inside the house one day, and I go get my bicycle and I take off for the day. And here she is on the sidewalk of the, you know, near the house, right? She's not there, but I did see her again and made eye contact with her yet again, right? So that was very strange there. And there's a few times where she had gotten kind of perturbed, like if I, you know, left some trash or something like this, you know, something of this nature there, or, oh, you know, what is this puddle in the bathroom or something like this, or left water or something like this, right? So she was kind of, you know, unfriendly there. And I did see her get angry at some of the other tenants as well. So she didn't actually yell at me or anything like that. So I started to ignore, when I saw this, I started to ignore her. You know, I didn't want to have anything to do with her, you know. And I just, because I don't like to have my privacy invaded there. So I didn't know what the point of that was, right? So what it appeared that she was trying to do is to annoy me as a tenant, right? Or, invade my privacy, watch me, something of this nature. So it was very strange there. So I just left, scheduled another Airbnb for after my time there. So moved, didn't leave her a reference there. So when I moved out of this homestay here, I had noticed that she had left me a reference the next day. And I was kind of dread what that reference said there. So around 2 weeks passed later on, and I'm in a third Airbnb. I booked one for 2 weeks, and then I booked another one in Sutamore. So the Sutamore one was much better, right? It was a full apartment there in Sutamore, low price. Host was okay, nice and all of this. And so I look, when I'm in Sutamore, I go to look to see what she said about me. So I'm looking on Airbnb, and she insulted me. I'm not going to say what the reference said, but it was like some personal attacks, right? Lying, stuff like this, right? So saying that I'm a messy tenant and left the room in disarray or something like that. That is actually totally not true or something like this, right? Because I tidied up the room. Now, it may have been a little bit of dust and sand and stuff like that, but there was nothing inside the room. None of possessions, no trash or anything like that. I took that all away. So she just lied, right? And so that was kind of embarrassing to have that negative reference on there. So luckily for me, how I dealt with that is I just have multiple Airbnb accounts, right? So I had 2, 3, I think. I just switched, right? My new one didn't have any references on it. So same name, same credit card info, all of this, right? So went to book another one later on when I wanted to use the website again to book another stay. I just switched to the other account, right? So easy peasy to get rid of this problem there. I don't know why they allow that, but and plus Airbnb support. So I contacted Airbnb support and asked them what I should do about this negative reference, right? And it's like, well, the lady's not telling the truth, right? So Airbnb support totally ignored me. And they said, oh, they can say whatever they want, right? So didn't have any response for that. So just didn't bother with that Airbnb account, right? Switched. So that's kind of why I don't like using Airbnb as frequently as I do Booking.com, right? It's the same listing, right? But there's no reference on there. So they can't complain or anything like this, right? I mean, I guess they could charge you a cleaning fee, right? So to continue the story, there's actually a little bit more to the story there. This Airbnb host has had about 10 to 12 negative references, mostly from men, right? So she doesn't like men staying at her house, right? And in some of the references, she got angry at the tenant or something like this, right? So the 10, 12, something like this. Now there's a few that are female, right? So what she's actually doing there is she's going to contact Airbnb support and having them take away the references, right? So a host there, when you go to look at her place, the positive references aren't true, right? It's just that they're putting positive references out there. So they're being dishonest there, right? Airbnb support there. If those references were on there, she would be out of business, right? She wouldn't be hosting anybody on Airbnb. So strange situation for sure there. And of course, when I came to All Saints to book another place, I'm going through Booking, right, and Agoda, right?